What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, club swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We got Albert in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Amy, Andy, Cheryl, Chris, Georgie. We got Jay. Good morning to Joe, Lauren, Marique. Did I say that right? Good morning to Martina, Peter, Rob. Squadron is piling in. Good morning to all you guys. I got one screen today, so we'll flip back and forth from YouTube. Oh, we got Brian in the house. Good morning to you. Got Damien. Good morning. All my larkers in the background. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's take a look at the market. We've been flat for essentially, well, October. We've been flat for October. Nothing, nothing too fun. Trading is actually being a little bit to the difficult side. Still some good trades, still battling. It is what it is, but we kind of need some news to push us, and we got some news. Peter says strike is over, bulls are back, maybe. Oh yeah, but we had unemployment numbers come in lower than expected, so strong for the economy. Okay, we got a strong economy. We'll take that. But we also providing, hold on, first of all, didn't we have revisions of unemployment numbers before? Let's see if they're real. But one thing is we also got some higher wages too. We got higher wages. So is that more of a case for a soft landing or a hard landing? I think that's actually more of a case for the hard landing. However, uh, we do have the market gapping up very close to all-time highs. Did we hit all-time highs? I don't think we hit it yet. We did not hit it yet, but we are very close to it. And when I say hard landing, we're talking about inflation probably on the rise. So if we look at TLT, let's go to TLT first. TLT down today. So nice little gap down. Again, we talked about this before, right? As soon as they did the two rate cut, the 50-point basis cut, we talked about this. We didn't want to see really TLT start dripping under 100. This was the home run play for a lot of people. I have no positions in it. We're not seeing we're seeing TLT, so the bonds, long-term 20-year bonds increasing in price as the rate cut comes down. Overall, longer term, and everything takes a while to pan out, but that's not great for where I think Jerome Powell wants to be. Market again, still kind of loving it. And we talked about this in the swing room. In the month of December, we've had 27 countries decreasing their interest rate. That is, so if we're like, why is the market continuing to just keep going up higher? It's crazy high. Why is it? That's a lot of liquidity in the market. So we're seeing Middle East wars. We're seeing a lot of stuff, but the market is still staying strong. We still have market in the positive territory, close to all-time highs. There's a lot of liquidity to absorb a lot of bad news that we're seeing in port strikes and everything else. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it plays out longer term. But for today, crazy gap in the market. Really nice bullish gap in the market. We'll see where we open. But I got my first level of support, 572.37. That would have been resistance. So as long as we stay above that, I think we have to stay bullish in this market. And then we're gonna have just pretty much I got no other volume zones, nothing else holding us back, but I'm looking at like 573.51, 573.78, and then obviously we're probably coming into this all-time high of somewhere in the 574.71 zone. So we'll see. The only other thing we got left, providing that we do open here and we still have 24 minutes until we do so, is just the high of previous days where maybe we have some kind of chop up here and the entire market just moved already and that's enough. But I'd still be leaning, I think, a little bit bullish unless we somehow fade down and now we're kind of still, I think, in chop zone, but we're going to have some more significant resistance above us. So we will see, but otherwise, market taking it good, bonds not so good. How about Rivian on part shortage? Rivian has part shortage. I think the bigger problem with Rivian is they might have customer shortage too. Well, Not even because I mean, they do have a decent amount of inventory on vehicles, but they still lose money every time they sell the car. So I don't know. That actually might be having them have a shortage on parts might actually be a good thing. If they can't sell the car, they can't lose the money. We'll take a look at Rivian though. We have queues not quite there. We had some volume from a couple days ago, October 1st. We are above that candle, so that's positive for queues. We're still gonna have a little bit of resistance, but we have a lot of support now built in. The next resistance I have comes in at somewhere around 489, 44. Not not too far away, but still a little room to the higher side. And then my first little support on Qs, 487.30. If we start breaking below that, I don't really want to see that, but if we start breaking below it, we're at 485.68, and that's a decently strong level. So not bad on the Qs. I think the support is a lot stronger than some of that resistance, but we do have resistance about $2, just under $2 from here, so not bad. And then again, TLT, that's the one I think we got to watch today. That's kind of our first red flag in the hard landing, soft landing scenario. And I think unfortunately, I think hard landing is a little bit more likely even from when I got on and I was talking about I don't like the 50-point rate cut. I think that's a tell. That's a tell, but this is a big retest gap. We'll see. We'll see how TLT wants to respond and kind of hold up for today. If bonds could start climbing a little bit, then all is well. But we have a little bit of separation. Let's take a look at Rivian, RIVN. We go to Rivian. Rivian, if you're French. Uh, yeah, that looks like a good short. I like that one. So parts shortage. What part are they missing? Their tires? I know they're missing the gasoline. May not reach positive growth margin this year. That's not a good article. Component shortage. Yeah, that looks like a good short. I agree. I agree. That looks like a good short. The only thing on this one, let me make my screen for me. I'm on one screen today because I am traveling. You might have a little bit of support at this level. So maybe a little choppy here. You might get some initial buy the dippers coming in. Right at $10, good psychological hold number. So you're about 6 cents away from that. Otherwise, that is a gap and go from yesterday. So I like that to the short side. You've had a lot of selling into this. I think this one might get bought up at open. I don't think the market opens and completely drops. But again, if we start getting underneath $10, um, then I think you have a lot of room down to $9. You have a lot of room down to 876. Whether still a big move, and this is a big gap down already. Uh, I think this one probably gets bought up at open. I think it's a fantastic short. I think it does come down longer term, but I think the initial reaction is probably some buy the dippers coming in. I don't know if that. So to the higher side, I mean, if you could short somewhere around 1064, great. I don't know if we get there today. I think if you're looking to go short, see if you get a 30-cent bounce or at least a bounce to $10.29, $10.30. I think that's a great spot to get in for great risk reward. Overall, I do think this thing probably comes lower today from the initial jump. I think we probably get bought up on this one. Let me see. I think I saw MU. M Skies in the house. Good morning to you. Yep, we got MU. We got Oxy. Let me know if you guys got other plays that you guys want to take a look at. But we'll start with MU. MU. I almost went with calls yesterday. Toward the end of the day, or about an hour till close. I was like, you know what? This is a good spot. For today, we got a gap up in the morning, like everything else. This is a little bit of a retest gap. I think this one probably fades again. The first spot I would look at, though, would take me to $103.65. If we could get underneath it, I think a good run into that 200 again. Almost a full on retest. We got yesterday's VPOC at 102. Probably would be a good support, but we do have one small level first. To the higher side, I got 107.81. 107.81. So if this one could pull back a little bit, give me a high wave at, yeah, you know what? Give me a small little high wave out of the gate. Let's put this one pretty high on the list. But if we could get a little high wave candle, we do bounce off that first support, and then I could take a breakout. We got about $4 to the high side, so I like it. The real question for me is, do we make a full-on retest down to 102? I don't know that we do. I wish this candle had a little bit more volume. But yeah, targets to the bull side, somewhere around the 107.92. We got that 100 right in front of us, so maybe that could hold us back a little bit. I would love to see a retest into this 102 zone. I don't know if we get it though, so I'll take a small high wave out of the gate. I'll try to take a break. And if it doesn't, or we start getting past this 103.50, if we start getting past that, I'll wait, be patient, and then look for that lower bounce. But that looks good. Nice little retest. We almost filled the gap, didn't quite get there. Man, I should have got some calls yesterday. But if I did have calls, so again, if I did buy some calls, I'd actually probably be selling it today and then trying to rebuy them a little bit lower if they got down there. Oxy. Oxy. Good gap up. This is also a retest gap. I like the fact that we are clearing. I'm trying to find the exact number, 5508. To the resistance side of things, we probably got 5560, but looks good. See if this one wants to pull back before probably hopping in long. And then if we get any, obviously, more tension, more news, any more bombings like we had yesterday between Iran and Israel, you'll see a decent spike on this. It's going to be very reactive to any news, but we should see. But looks like we are trying to break out a little bit. We'll see if any of that holds. Let's also check out Amazon, AMZN. Oh boy, ALB I saw was jumping pretty nicely today too. Finally starting to get some momentum into ALB. Pretty good gap on Amazon. That is a good gap and go, clearing some decent support. That might be one that can jump out of the gate. We have a little resistance from over here, but gap and go, clearing 3 days and one support of price action. Targets on this one, maybe we could take us up to like 187.91, and if we can clear that, the next spot, really good resistance, gets us right back into that 190 zone. So let's see if that wants to put any work in for today. AOS for a swing, and then we'll get to Roblox. AOS. A little pullback on Amazon, not bad. I would like to see it pull back a little bit, but hold some of those supports. I don't want it to go too far. AOS, AO Smith Corporation. Sounds like a real company. Whoever named this one. They were burning the midnight candle oil. So what should we name it? How about we throw the word Smith in there? AO Smith for a swing. I don't know what direction you want to swing this one. I also don't know what they do. You're getting, I think if I was to go, it's got a very bullish trend to it, so I'd prefer to be bullish than bearish. You have a nice little double top. Maybe that does hold. I'm not sure. I don't think your risk rewards here quite yet. Water heaters. That sounds important. I like hot water. Yeah, I don't think you're getting great risk to reward. You've had a nice bullish pop. You are having a few days of kind of a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of rest, nice little high wave. Again, I kind of wish this high wave candle had a little bit more volume. Volume was not horrible, but risk to reward would be for me. Let's say we could get back down to like 85.39 would be a spot for me to jump in, and that would also takes me right into that 20 EMA. And then the next level that would be slightly better that I'd really like to look for. That's about a 50% retracement. Takes me right into some decent volume zones. That would be me trying to nab this thing at a retest of like 84.12 to try to get in. And based on the fact that we're all-time highs, I think I could probably wait for that $84 zone. We're not at all-time highs. We're very close. We do have a double top. Right now, at least, this is a lower high. So I think be patient on this one. See if this one can drop a little bit further. Other than that, though, the overall trend is bullish. So I wouldn't have a thought of where I could short it. My thought would be how patient could I be to get into it? Roblox, RBLX. Walmart doing the opposite of Amazon today. Okay, we'll check that one out. Roblo. It's a gap and go, so probably leaning bullish. Big problem for me though would be the resistance, and that is 43.36. If we could clear that, that's going to take us up to like $44.20. So I think that would be my stretch goal for today. Otherwise, overall, the chart not looking tremendous. Obviously, we did have a good breakout. Again, I don't even think we hit the 50% retracement on this one. Let's see. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, but we started somewhere around here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me redraw that fib because that one didn't work at all. But somewhere around here, somewhere around here. Yeah, you know what? We are at the 50% retracement on Roblox. We did hit it. Only one better would be price down into the $40.53 range. So for a swing trade, it's not bad. It's not bad. Roblo, decent move. That is a quite the bearish engulfing candle. Some decent volume came in on it. Still above this candle, which is a nice little high wave candle. Lots of volume. Did we retest that? We hit the top of it. Maybe first swing for day trade. I think there's a couple levels that are interfering. Big one would be, can we get above this? So probably if you're trying to play this one bullish, which I think is the direction for today, 43.39, probably looking to shave a couple shares. And then I think big targets for today would be 44.28 if we get there. If we can start breaking through that, and that's where the swing trade comes in, because I don't think that happens today, but if we could get up, I think next stop $46, and then I think you are looking for about 47.66 again. So not bad if this one can continue if the market wants to hold up. Let's take a look at Walmart WMT. Yeah, why we gapping down here? Why is well, I think I know why. Let's see if there's an article on it though. Walmart flat as market sinks. That was 15 hours ago. Yeah. All time. We just got off of all time highs on Walmart. I think the rotation's a little bit more back into, and it's setting up off of the AI comments. But yeah, it's still something different. I don't really see any reason why today specifically we're getting a gap down on this one. The only thing I'm thinking is that Walmart is a safe company. And if the market is moving and the AI story is coming back, and Georgia is throwing in Tesla, SMCI, and Nvidia, and I agree. I think you're probably getting a little rotation back into some of the AI plays off of Jensen Wong saying their main core product. This was what, 2 days ago. He said their main core product is insane. Selling it off the shelves, they don't even know what to do with themselves. That's going to throw some positivity until we get some earnings that says otherwise back into the AI camp, and Walmart's a little bit on the safer side. But that being said, you do have a little bit of a gap down. I don't know if this one's going to be a huge sell-off. I don't think so. You do have support on this one, 79.86. And even as the market was coming down yesterday, it did stay pretty flat, actually green candle yesterday. So maybe a little bit more choppy on this one. I don't think this is the end of the road for Walmart. Can they get a pullback? I hope so, because they kind of need one. It's just been rampaging on a little bit of a safety play. Good company, but I'd watch for probably about 79.82. If that breaks, then maybe you have a better short on this one. Or if you do want to go short because you absolutely hate Walmart, I'd see if you get a bounce. I think we do, but see if you get a bounce, it's at $80.38, and you have a better shot. Tesla SMCI. All right, start with Tessie. Little bit of a gap up. So good gap and go. We're going to be dealing with a very strong resistance somewhere around, probably a little higher than where I have it. Somewhere around 248.54. So let's see if we get up there. Today might be a tough day to short Tesla. Otherwise, I would be looking to see if we could come in with a short somewhere around there. I think we still hit some resistance, and maybe we just kind of chop around. Anything above that, we have a great push up to 258. So there is some room. I don't know that Tesla's out of the woods yet. Again, they released their numbers the other day. I think we're still kind of dealing with that, and we do have earnings coming up. Otherwise, decent pullback. We did close it under the 20 out of the gate. Again, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could take a play on this one today. Not yet, but it would be, can we go short the closest possible to this 248.50 zone? And then if we get down to, I mean, we even have support. Yeah. So let's see if we want to go long. Let's see if we could at least get down to like 242.97. Try to get us a little bit better risk reward on this one. SMCI, but it is gap and go, so I kind of want to try it bullish today. SMCI opening right into yesterday's VPOC. Let's see if this one fades down. If you want to try to go long on this one, you're looking at $41.55. This is one I almost wanted to take some calls out yesterday, and then I came to reality. I was like, I really like this thing closer to $24, $25. Let me not take this stab in the dark. But I was liking that double bottom a lot. Still lots of overhang, lots of issues. They got to get that accounting thing cleared up. If you want to go short and you're like, hey, you know what? I think we do hit the $24, $25. I think right at open, you're probably looking at a short. You're opening right into yesterday's VPOC. You're going to be hit today, I think, to the short side with a massive support at 41.67. So I'd almost want to see this thing break through that before I go short. Otherwise, if you're going long, I would be waiting for this little bit of a pullback inside day, not clearing yesterday's price action. Only thing you are clearing is yesterday's open and close. But this one probably fades at open, and then I think you look to buy it up at 41.67 if you're a little bit more bullish on it. Nvidia. Take some of these lines off. Nvidia, great gap. Great gap on the vids. It is a retest gap, so we might need a little bit of a pullback. Let's see if there's some profit taking. I don't really want to see this one retest yesterday's VPOC, which is 122.98. Decent spot to buy it if it gets there. Other than that, let's see if we get a small pullback into 123.92. Then we do have some targets on this one up to about 128. So there is some room on this one. I do like it, but again, I think a little patience at open. See if you get some initial profit taking. You got 2 days of buying. Somebody, I would assume, would like to lock some gains. You have your first resistance at 125.43. So very close to that. I think you probably get an initial sell off on this one. And the question is again to where? I think 123.92 is where I wouldn't mind it. That does retest yesterday's candle, although it does not come into that VPOC from yesterday. So we'll see. Anyone saving save? Can somebody help save? Why is my oh, just replaying. Okay. Let's check out save real quick. SAVE. Straight down, huh? Straight down. Pre-market. I'm not seeing any gaps. Oh, I do see a gap. Oh my goodness. I wish I didn't see that gap. So their deal fell through, I believe. And I don't know what the current news is on Save, but that looks like an absolute terrifying nightmare. Save may declare bankruptcy. Yeah, that that seems to be the case. It's a dollar. It's below $5, so I'm not gonna trade it. Um, I don't think there's much levels down here on Save, but I would be cautious booking your next trip on Save on Spirit Airlines. Otherwise, I think this would be a fade. So at open, I'm not gonna be going bearish. I wouldn't go bearish if you don't have the rule, but just liquidity. Although some volume is probably in Save today and Spirit Airlines today. I think this will probably. There's a lot of shorts, big gap. Somebody's gonna want to take profits, I would assume, and I think this one probably gets some kind of a bounce from here. It is extremely hard for a company to go to zero. It's very, very tough to do so, but it will happen. So yeah, if nobody wants to step in and put a bid in or buy out or whatever the case, and then they have to clear it through a whole process to do so. Yeah, this one doesn't look good. It's gonna need some saving. My goodness, what a gap. Yeah, bankruptcy rumors. Right. We got through all those tickers somehow. Dang. VZ. VZ. Little bit of a gap, little bit of a gap down, nothing too crazy. You are gapping into the 200 EMA on a daily or the weekly, my bad. On a daily, you also got small level of support. So see if we get through. If you want to go shorter, I think this one probably bounces, but if this one gets through 43.59, then I'd probably continue the short side of things. Otherwise, everybody on YouTube land, you guys are awesome. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I can't believe it's Friday, but I'll miss you guys for 2 days. I'll miss you guys for the next 2 days. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on Monday. You guys are awesome. Later, guys.